Well, DeYona Gaston has been one phenomenal player, third in SEC scoring, 8th in the nation. To those numbers that you just spoke to, and coming into this program after being in the Big 12, 6th player of the year a season ago. In the orange unis for the first time this season, the Auburn Tigers.
Look fresh out there.
They're looking to make a statement here on the road against a ranked opponent in the Sooners. Things get going here in Norman. Skylar Vann along with Sahara Williams. Williams with a great open look and buries the three to open up the ball game as we introduce you to the Auburn starting five. Jordan Hunter getting the start over Mar'shaun Bostic. Celia Sumbame along with Taylor Collins, DeYona Gaston, and Owen Akabalawa are the starting five for the Tigers. Collins off the mark, and Liz Scott, who gets the start with Reagan Beers out for a second game due to illness. And they look for 34 White inside. That's Raina Scott. The Oklahoma Sooners coming in at 17-6 overall for the season, 5-5 in SEC play in their inaugural debut in the Southeastern Conference. Pull-up jumper for Jordan Hunter won't fall. Offensive rebound, and Akibalawa, who was tangled up. Jenny Baranchuk has seen success year after year. Johnny Harris, in her 4th season as the head coach of the Tigers, told her team how important today's game is. She took this team back to the NCAA tournament last season after a slight dry spell, and she's hoping that they could make a push here in the late part of the season to try to work their way back into contention.
Well, we got to say, Talia Scott,
the 6-foot freshman, the first player from China, and boy, she's been electrifying since she's put on an Auburn jersey.
How about getting your first start at South Carolina, scoring 10 points? You're still learning the language and learning the offense.
Pull-up jumper from Taylor Collins is true. That's the first 2 points of the game for the visitors.
And bringing her onto the floor gives you a score on the outside. Makes Oklahoma have to be a little bit more honest. There's Verhulst.
Dawn working on Keys. Got tangled up. Vann had a hand on it. 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Acrobatic shot there from Bostic wouldn't go. And the offensive putback wouldn't fall as well. Skylar Vann, the co-Big 12 Player of the Year a season ago with a nice feed. Collins off, top back the other way. Good ball movement, touching a lot of hands. Vann looking for top, gets it out. Vann passed up the shot, came in closer, great bounce pass, and once again.
I was just really blown away. Just, she was like questioning if she was a trailblazer. I'm like, what? Of course you are.
And that Dawn 3 stops the 7-0 run for Oklahoma. But going back to your point, things have changed tremendously. And when you asked her just about, how does that carry over and the significance of what she's done and what you see now, as that's a nice bucket there from Skylar Vann, continues to grow women's basketball and women's sports in general.
Yeah, I think when we were talking to her, it just dawned on me, I was like, I wish we could have had like 20 more minutes, right. But we got to make TV.
Yes. That one nearly bounced in, but just snatched down. Gaston scored the last bucket down the floor. Bostic tries to get in on the action. The 5-3 Nevaeh Tot, redshirt senior out of Columbus, over to Vann. And Gaston Gaston corrals that rebound and puts it back up. Just the toughness. And you see the importance of Gaston and how they need to get her going. Back the other way, Collins altered that shot. Bostic, who likes to get out in transition, that's where the Tigers excel. Couldn't finish. Dong. Yes, ma'am.
Let me tell y'all.
Yuting Dong coming off a 12-point performance in their win over Texas A&M. And again, just great finds.
Great ball movement. Or just be more disciplined, because right now they're neither.
That's Zaya Vann, younger sister of Skylar Vann. Off the miss. And the closing seconds of this first quarter. Dawn says, let me try it again. I got it. Johnny Harris says, look, there is a language barrier there because she doesn't speak much English, no problem. What did she say?
See ball, make ball. See ball, shoot ball, and then make ball. And she's doing it right now. Well, Yuting, I mean, she could have given this up to Gaston, but she's feeling it. She's confident. Just 5 games, she's already hit 9 threes, and she's just getting her feet wet. Like I said, she's just learning the offense, let alone the language. I mean, but basketball is universal. Oh, wow.
Bostic,
oh, man,
just past half. And she can make it a one-possession game. Two of 3 made from the line for Bostic. And Baranchek really wanted a foul there, not getting it.
Letting the officials know where you stand on some calls. I mean, you see that in the SEC quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the first 10 minutes of this game, ball was shared exceptionally well as Lexi Keys goes in. That was DeYona Gaston's second personal foul every Thursday this week. Another great doubleheader.
She's 3 of 3, and she's aggressive. She'll look for her shot. She'll take it. But Bostic can create.
Just like she looked to do right there. Okenbalawa.
Teams are going to scout you and understand you're a downhill driver. Maybe pull up for a mid-range shot versus getting a charge taken. There's a nice and one.
Wow! She's out for a second game due to illness, and so transfer who came into this program, added to an already Big 12 championship. Inside, trying to create some space.
Was it Lexi Key's wedding, by the way? Love that.
I love that for sure. Culleton with the offensive rebound. Bostic on the take. Culleton is right there as well. That's her 4th rebound of the game off the bench. Verhulst working. Woo! Turnaround. Yes.
Tiff, she got a little spice to her. I like that. I like that in this league. Got a lot of spicy players.
And Collins, 15-footer. Verhulst was in there. That one from Verhulst. 9 through 16 will play on Wednesday. So Oklahoma currently sitting at 8. Right there on the line. They're trying to maintain their position or move up some. Remember, they're trying to pull off a win without Reagan Beers, their top scorer. But so far, they're doing a great job.
So that's something Auburn has really got to nail down, because they've been getting really burned on it this whole entire game.
Soraya Daniels, the true freshman. And she's Tampa fan, so
okay.
I saw her when she was in high school, went over to Arizona, and look, full steam ahead there for Mar'shaun Bostic.
Again, just playing more disciplined defensively. Try to keep this single digit while Gaston is on the bench, knowing that she's coming back in the second half.
Woo. Without Leah Scott, as you mentioned, Caitlin Duhan, Savannah Scott, players that they anticipated having at the start of the season that are not currently available. And if you're Auburn, you want to try to find a way to get Dawn the ball or do that right there. You can try to get an old three-point play.
Cadence of their offense. If somebody's open, you've got to get it to them quick because someone else is coming to defend them really quickly. That's been an adjustment in the SEC versus the Big 12.
Vann leaves it short. And coming up with it is Milton. And Dahl, who was asking for it on the wing, instead a great spin move and finish there from Soraya Daniels, the freshman. A quick shot on the other end and can close the lead a little bit further. Daniels says, I want to try it from a little bit further out. Milton with the O-board before the intermission. Lexi Keys, great bounce pass back out to Landry Allen, who knocks it down. 6-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Bostic sizing up the defense. She's been able to provide a spark now with 6 points for the Tigers on the floor for most of the second quarter.
I think she's been out for about 8 minutes. Other players have stepped up and been impressed with Auburn in her absence.
Vann teardropped it in, kissing it off the backboard. Official said no. So a blocking foul goes against. 3-point play. Bostic launches it up again before time expires. No good. Well, with Gaston on the bench, well, there's 6 different players who have an assist for the Sooners. Skylar Vann led the way in that first half with 9 points. Payton Verhulst with 8. She knocked down a couple of threes. And remember, this is a Sooners group that is without Reagan Beers for the second game in a row. She's out with an illness. And Williams had that one roll out. DeYona Gaston back on the floor. She picked up a couple of personal fouls, only played just under 8 minutes of that first half. And Collins.
So she's ready to contribute now. She's just got to play a little bit more discipline.
Second meeting between these two teams. First in Norman. And Raina Scott was looking. Does Johnny Harris try to go back and establish her quickly in this third quarter?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if she doesn't get the ball through a play, she's going to get it on an offensive rebound.
Mar'shaun Bostic had plenty of time to knock that 3 down, and it goes. Bostic now with 9 points.
How quick is she defensively?
Oh, my goodness. Strong defender, but nobody there.
You have got to talk. And that's one thing. I haven't heard a lot of Auburn talking through a lot of their motions. That's why Johnny Harris giving up that lane.
Well, one of the ways they were going to try to guard that movement was push them past the 12-second mark in the shot clock, but Skylar Vann is...
You're cutting, you're not cutting, and then somebody throws the pass. You've got to be really sure. You've got to be on the same page as teammates.
They attack back in the ball game. Lexi Keys guarded by Don't. Verhulst, great feed and cut from Vann.
And that ball movement is elite.
Gaston, tough shot there.
It is really simple, but when you have 5 players on the same page, it's pretty. And when it works, man, those missed passes that lead to easy points.
The Culleton, you see all of the movement and cutting just like you were talking about, Steffi. And Tots making a move. Vann double clutch there and shot clock violation.
Getting some scores. Get right back in this game. Still just a 10-point game. A lot of time left. Auburn is much better in the second half.
Gaston.
That's it.
Free throw line.
Yes, ma'am.
And it falls. As Gaston gets the bounce now. 8 points for their leading scorer. Now she's trying to deny on the other end. Williams with position. Collins comes up with the board. Mar'shaun Bostic sees a little opening in a pass. When we talked with Coach Baranchek, she just loved the growth of this sophomore and where she's going. And how about the way that Skylar Vann has excelled here? She has added that change of pace for them. Not starting. Takes on Georgia at 7 Eastern from Stegman Coliseum. Scott finding Williams, and great there. Bonnie tried to take a little extra risk. And Williams for 2.
With Gaston on the bench, Auburn has just looked a little bit too stagnant, but Bostic going downhill is always a good answer.
Bostic, a 63% free throw shooter.
Score right now is kind of where Auburn wants it to be. It's just they've come up with empty possessions, and they're doing great on the glass. They're out rebounding in terms of offensive rebounds against Oklahoma, but man, they just have struggled to guard in the half court. Everybody's kind of getting used to her and understanding the plays, and maybe there's a learning curve there. I'm pulling it if I'm her.
You see the skill there for Dahl trying to create some space. Bostic is there. Thought she was going to go up with it. Instead, she tried to pass. Stolen away. Lexi Keys for 3. Got it! There's the push there. The foul running along the floor between contact with Milton and Lexi Keys.
Tussle between the two?
You're gassing. It's been a frustrating night for you because you just haven't been on the floor enough to get a rhythm.
See, partner, we're on the same page.
Yes, indeed. And Auburn, who's gone cold late in this third quarter, searching for a bucket in over 5 minutes. Good defense there from Oklahoma. Winding down on the shot clock, put up by Daniels. And a chance to extend the lead. There's Scott floating in the lane as the buzzer. Well, Oklahoma, who has had that opportunity, they've gone to 3 straight NCAA tournaments. But you think about teams like an Alabama.
Ole Miss possibly
Ole Miss.
Big upset totally big, and a big upset for Ole Miss over Kentucky today. They put themselves in potential to be on a 4 seed.
Bostic sent to inbound it. DeYona Gaston back on the floor. 5 in orange. She's got 10 points tonight. They try to get into her.
That's it.
There it is.
DeYona Gaston.
DeYona Gaston, who is a tireless worker, they say. You know, you're curious to know about the work habits, the ethic of a player like Gaston, and Johnny Harris couldn't say anything but great things about a star player.
First one in, last one out. She said if I made them run a sprint right now, she'd be the first one to win it. And it shows. I mean, her competitiveness, she's a little bit more quiet demeanor, but she'll let them know.
The and one opportunity here. She scored back-to-back buckets after Auburn was without a basket for more than 6 minutes. So now she brings them within 5.
I'm going to challenge her a little bit, Tiff, because I think she's got to do a better job guarding Skylar Vann. She's got the better of her a few times. She's got to know where she is at all times.
Just turned over right there. Mar'shaun Bostic leading the break-in transition. Finds Gaston along her left side. And 7 straight points from DeYona Gaston.
She's the first Auburn player with 2 35-point games. And you think about DeWanna Bonner.
Yeah, right.
To be the only Auburn player to do something is pretty special.
Dahl with the steal. And back the other way. Here's Bostic. So a 1-possession ball game. They go right back to DeYona Gaston. Feed her. And again, she does that. You know, trailing by 1. Milton with the steal. The long arms of the 6'5" sophomore. And Bostic taking her time, getting it up the court. Fed it in to Bostic, or rather Gaston. Too heavy for that one. Verhulst back the other way.
this is what you're capable of. 17-4 right now.
And it also helped to end a personal 9-0 run from DeYona Gaston. Well, she had Daniels open, decided not to go to her. Instead, they feed it inside to Gaston, who elevates. Williams, her first free throws of the night. The nation's #1 men's basketball team, College Station. That's at 9. You can catch it right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Both free throws made for Williams. Quickly out. There's Daniels in the corner for 3. She got it.
Gaston holding up her finger in the air, knowing that she just dropped the perfect dime to her shooter. Like I said, good things happen when she's involved in the offense, at least getting a touch.
Zipped in to Raina Scott. No offensive foul there as Bostic fell down. And the make for the Sooners. And the lead back out to 3. Well, Stephanie, we talked at the top of the broadcast how important this game was for both teams. For Auburn, they're trying to come on the road, upset a ranked opponent, and play their way into the NCAA tournament. Nice find, and again, DeYona Gaston just needs a little bit of space. She is right around that arc.
How about the pass by Bostic to find her? This high-low has been killing Auburn. Oh, good defense, good help side that time.
Bostic does not have numbers, wisely pulls it out, and then goes full steam ahead. And that is the first lead of the game for the Auburn Tigers. Verhulst, who had position, Daniels whistle for the foul. They led by as many as 12. SEC tournaments coming right around the corner in March. So you want to be one of those top 8 teams. Jordan Hunter started off the game, giving Bostic a spell. Taylor Collins coming backside, got it at 1. I'll say this. You mentioned how Auburn loves to do their scoring in the 3rd and 4th quarters, and they have outscored Oklahoma 20-9. They've only missed 2 shots this quarter and have been rolling. Keys. They wanted that one under 3 minutes to go. And Bostic back in the ball game. Slowly walking it up, nursing this 1-point lead. They find Gaston. Nowhere to go. Boston left wide open for the 3. Decided not to take it. She doesn't shoot many threes. She likes to drive. Out of control, but they call a block because Scott did not get her feet set. And we've seen her do that time and time again tonight. She got 1 of 2. A 2-point advantage for the visiting Tigers. And miscommunication.
And the timeliness of them, fortunately, wasn't a live ball turnover.
Within 2 minutes. Bostic driving. Scott got a piece of the ball. That one rolls in. 16 points to go along with 6 rebounds and 5 assists for Mar'shaun Bostic. The Sooners trailing by 3.
No need to panic here. Run through your offense. You've been getting good looks throughout this game.
Vann on the move. Leaves it short. Offensive rebound.
Who else?
offensive rebound for Skylar Vann and ties up the ball game. My goodness.
Taking care of the basketball with the next minute to go is going to be critical. Both teams over 20 turnovers each. Got to take care of the rock right now. Winner of that wins this game.
Just the second tie of this ball game. Under a minute to go. Bostic on the attack. And good defense. It was deflected by the Sooners. Vann already with 20 points. Force it in there to Verhulst, who was fouled on the way to the hoop. Well, this is the shooter that you want at the line. Verhulst, an 85%.
So she wait if this thing draws out a little bit more.
Oh, the miss there. And she does spend her final timeout. Oklahoma picks up full court. Bostic gets it across. Now Tigers working in the half court. You know they're going to look for Gaston. There's Gaston trying to muscle her way. Almost went in. Culleton with the personal foul, and DeYona Gaston's got 2 free throws on the way. Gaston, a 72% free throw shooter. And her first miss of the night. She knocks that one down. Gaston has outscored Oklahoma by herself in this fourth quarter, 14-13. That free throw even at 71. And with 2 timeouts, Oklahoma says, we're going to go with what's worked. Oh, let's look at it again here.
Oh man, I'd have. I mean, she's got such quick hands. From that angle, it looks all ball. That's a tough call for Bostic. But for Oklahoma, you run your offense, and it's Skylar Vann to Payton Verhulst.
Just as you said, you knew she would need it at a critical time.
A bit hard for them to guard her. It's taken by committee, so we'll see if they can get into her now and make them pay.
They get it to Gaston. Gaston with a tough shot, gets it up, and that's not going to fall. Oklahoma